Right, I'm delighted to welcome you to an initiative of Master Swimming Canada, an educational initiative, in this case a training film that incorporates how to bring in sprint training into workouts for Master Swimming. This is a new venture for Master Swimming, which we hope will be the first of many. I do hope you find this production worthwhile.
When the City of Montreal prepared to welcome visitors from all over the world for Expo 67, Mayor Jean Drapeau had a unique vision for a site, a man-made island in the middle of the St. Lawrence River. In 2005, a state-of-the-art outdoor aquatic facility was built there to host the FINA World Championships.
Hello swimmers and coaches. My name is Robin Ouimet from Sela Creations and head coach of the Westmount YMCA Masters Swim Team in Montreal. On behalf of Masters Swimming Canada, welcome to a long course practice at the Jean Drapeau Aquatic Complex in Montreal. Our coach today, Martin Levine, is a former British national champion and a scholarship athlete in Division I of the NCAA. In 2009, at age 38, he was the fastest Masters swimmer in Quebec, setting a Canadian national record in the 50 meters free in the process. I'm very lucky to have Martin as a colleague at the Westmount Y. His innovative idea of a team goal for the Million Meters Challenge has united our swimmers as they push to swim around the world in a year, anchoring our club in the top 5 in Canada. As a sprint specialist, in 2009, Martin coached Ian Smith to national record performances in the 65 to 69 age category, including top 4 times ever swum in the world in his age group. Anyone who thinks you can't work hard after 50 hasn't seen Ian suit up for training with his younger teammates.
So today we worked on the fundamentals of sprinting. This should come at a stage in your training cycle where you've got your base level fitness up to a good consistent point where you're not struggling to get through practices and you're now in the focus point, not right before a meet, but a good, let's say, 6 weeks out to roughly around about 2 weeks out from the meet, so that you really focus on your power and your speed.
Today we're going to focus on those 5 key elements. We'll start with a warm-up and then do a short activation set. We'll then go into our main set, high intensity speed work, an active recovery set, and then a warm down.
We're going to go 6 100s free on 145. This is your activation set. I want you to work sort of semi-hard, but the key things here are focus on your breathing. I want you to breathe at every 2-4 strokes or every 3-5. Depending if you breathe bilaterally or if you breathe on the same side. This is to enable you to put yourself in an oxygen debt and get into a good rhythm. So stretch out, maybe that extra second, just think of yourself pushing out, and then high elbow recovery. Try and get your hand as close to your head as it goes past, okay? By imagining that you're a puppet with a drawstring coming out of your elbow, and a puppeteer is lifting your elbow up and moving your elbow forwards, helps to give you a relaxed arm recovery. It will enable your hand to enter the water directly in front of your shoulder rather than you thinking about your hand, thus creating lateral movements from going side to side. As they're on numbers, let's say 4, 5, and 6, as they start to tire, and rather than staying tight and high, they're now starting to swing their arms around the side, and there you'll see more lateral movements on their strokes rather than forward moving motions. It's important whenever we're sprinting and whenever we're swimming all our strokes that we relax all the muscles that are not contributing to your forward propulsion at all times. Strong push-offs, good streamlines off the wall, keep your head down and over-accentuate your rotation and high elbow positions.
I'm late into Masters. I started at age 57 because of a bad hip replacement. So I couldn't do what I really wanted to do, so I started at Marianopolis, where it was a sort of triathlon team, and I had been a sprinter 40 years ago. So it got me fit, but didn't get me speed. Whereas with Martin here, the big difference has been he was an NCAA sprinter in the States. And he brought the sprinting expertise. That made a massive difference. So, you know, it's been good to have Martin there for fine-tuning. I mean, I always had good coaches before. They were like, not complaining. It got me in shape, but he's been able to tune us for the big meets really well.
Next, we're working on a 200 meters. We're going to work here on 25 streamline kick, where I want your kick to be with as straight legs as possible, trying not to bend at the knee. If you do that, when you push off the wall, you're creating a huge amount of drag. And I know you think that you're gonna do a really big kick and you're gonna kick really hard, and you are gonna put a lot of effort in, but you're gonna put all this effort in to go 3 steps forward, and then the amount of drag you've created is gonna take you 2 steps back. So by keeping the legs straight and hardly bending at the knee, point your toes in so that you get as much propulsion from your feet as you can. We're then going to go 25 touch catch-up, where I want you to concentrate on your head position being down in the water. Your goggle strap should be vertical. We should be able to see that goggle strap vertical from the side as we view. That will ensure that you're looking at the bottom of the pool. And take each hand to come forwards and touch the other hand before you start to pull. This enables you to get the full rotation of hips and shoulders at the same time. We'll then come back with 50 meters freestyle, distance per stroke, keeping that same head position, that same rotation, that same leg kick, but being in a relaxed body with an almost full stroke speed. Find your own little space, and we're just going to do 10 explosive bobs. Go all the way down to the bottom, into a squat position, and then really push off as hard as you can and get as high out of the water as you can. You will find that if you don't stay in the same place, you're jumping either forwards or sideways. This requires you to work more and activate your core stomach muscles to ensure that you stay in balance and you jump straight from the bottom and you fall straight down in the same place, which is exactly what happens as you're going into the turn and you're going to push off on your turn. It's the strong core that's going to keep you straight and angled, so that as you push off the wall, you're going to go straight off rather than pushing off and heading off in the lane rope or wherever. So again, as we do this exercise, you've really got to try and keep the core tight, so that as you're going up, that core's tight and you're pushing so that you fall straight back down, okay?
I am an injured master swimmer. I have disc problems and some back issues that have taken me out of competition. So it's very important for me to keep my technique and my stroke together so that I can continue to enjoy swimming for hopefully a really long time. I love practices like this because it helps me to focus on my stroke during short, quick sprints as well as active recovery. And basically I can't do butterfly kicks off the wall or anything too aggressive, so I do a lot of technique work.
So the next set we're going to do is 4 50s. We're going to work these at 200 meter pace, so not flat out, but I want a good strong pace. For the first 50, we're going to do the whole 50 at 200 meter pace. For the second 50, we're going to do 35 meters at 200 meter pace, and then back down the last 15 meters to just stretch out, swim distance per stroke, but keep your head in the same place. On the third 50, we're going to swim 25 meters at 200 meter pace. The last 50, swim 15 meters at 200 pace, and then 35 meters, stretching out distance per stroke. It's important for us to start to realize that our stroke needs to stay the same good, buoyant, high position, whether we swim fast or we're swimming easy.